What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Victory Brewing Company, and they're out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and this is their Motel Paloma, and this is a part of their Season Pass series. So they're calling this one a Grapefruit Summer Ale, and they also call it an ale with a natural flavors and caramel color. Comes in at 6% alcohol by volume, 25 IBUs at the time of review. This can is approximately 2.5 months old. I'm gonna give a quick thanks and shout out to a viewer of the channel, Chaz, for recommending this beer. He posted in the comment section of the review I did of Dogfish Head's Citrus Squall, which was very similar to this. It was a Paloma cocktail inspired, I think they called it, what was it, an Imperial Golden Ale? Or just, maybe they called it just, or Double Golden Ale, they called it. And supposedly it's very similar to this one. Now, Chaz enjoyed this one more because he felt the lower ABV, this is 6%, while the Dogfish Head Citrus Squall is 8%. He thought it worked a little bit more as far as like a summer crusher goes. And he enjoyed the Dogfish Head Citrus Squall, but he thought this one was slightly better. So I was like, you know what? I really enjoyed the flavors, quite unique of that Dogfish Head Citrus Squall. So I wanted to grab this one. Now, on the back here, it says, grab your room key. Motel Paloma is open for business. This cocktail-inspired summer ale is equal parts juicy and refreshing. With the notes of bright grapefruit, blood orange, and tangy lime, it's the perfect summertime refresher to help you make a splash. Motel Paloma for your extended stay. And it says hops Mandarina, which is Mandarina Bavaria hops. And yeah, anyway, I'm really excited about this one. The one bummer, natural flavors, caramel color. Like the caramel color, come on. Just, that's stupid. I don't like when I see the fake colors in beers, unless it's something crazy like a sour ale that wants to be green for St. Patrick's Day or whatever. But like for this, like, I don't know. I'm gonna see the color here, but yeah, like, why do you need caramel color for this? I don't know. But yeah, I hope, like, so I've never had the Paloma cocktail, but after having that Dogfish Head Citrus Squall, like, I would love to try it, I guess, because I think it's basically like tequila, lime juice, and then they use some kind of, like, I think it's grapefruit soda pop, like Fresca, or like Squirt maybe, or they might even said like maybe like Sprite, but definitely Fresca was mentioned, and I love Fresca. So anyway, yeah, that has like a darker orange color, not like super dark. On camera it's gonna be more dark. Hold it up to the light, a decent clarity. I can kind of see a shadow through it, but can't make out my hand exactly. So it has a gentle haze to it, about a half finger of a bright white soap sudsy looking head. We got it in the Victory Gold Monkey glass, and yeah, looks nice. Caramel color though, damn it. Yeah, so this smells very akin to the Dogfish Head one, but I'm not getting as much as that perceived like blue agave nectar was in that, and it gave me like straight on tequila like vibes, period. This doesn't smell as like tequila heavy as that one, but there's a shit ton of lime. There's a shit ton of citrus in general, lime, grapefruit, blood orange. Yeah, like it has all of that. Dare I say this smells more refreshing than the Dogfish Head one. It just has a very bright, vibrant citrus nose. It's a little bit of like a bready, almost biscuity kind of malt character. Now I can see some people, and I just got it there, and I could see some people saying this, but it kind of has like that, like if you have like a citrus like floor cleaner, whether it's like Mr. Clean, and it has like a lemon, or not quite pine, but like a more of a lemon like based kind of floor cleaner, or maybe even like dish soap. I could see somebody saying that when they're smelling it. But I'm not really like, my brain isn't saying that specifically. To me, it's just like bright citrus in general. Yeah, it smells, I will say this, the Dogfish Head one smelled better for what I'm kind of looking for, I guess, just in general flavor-wise. But this smells very refreshing and crushable, and it doesn't smell bad at all. So I want to get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Chaz, for the recommendation. Oh, okay. So this to me, yeah, that's pretty nice. The aftertaste is pretty awesome because I'm actually getting a lot of lime on the finish. Like a lot of like, almost like limeade-esque kind of lime. Let's go body mouthfeel. Body's like lower side of medium, 6%, super crushable. Might be a little bit thin, but I think it works for something that's supposed to be a grapefruit summer ale. The mouthfeel, it's super crisp and effervescent, moderate carbonation, spritzy on the palate, pretty smooth, and just super, again, refreshing. Very clean beer too. I really like that. I'm trying to pick out what else I'm getting on the finish. I'm definitely getting lime. Something else with that lime. It might just be a combination of like the lime, grapefruit, and like an orange, just citrus in general. I like the finish a lot. The beer itself, what I was going to say is like after that first sip, to me, while these have similar traits in general, like this and the Dogfish Head Citrus Squall, they're two completely different beers. Based on my memory of that beer and then drinking this, that beer drank more like a cocktail. Like that Blue Agave Nectar gave it more of like a tequila feel. It felt more like I'm drinking a cocktail, and it was 8%, so a little bit bigger and boisterous. This is definitely like I'm drinking a Grapefruit Summer Ale. This isn't as Paloma heavy based on what I know of the drink as a Dogfish Head, but I think this is more drinkable and crushable. So I think Chaz was onto something when he said this. He enjoyed it personally more than the Dogfish Head because of the crushability factor of the ABV. Right at the tip of the tongue, I get slight biscuity, crackery malt. Dives underneath the palate. Then after that, I'm hit with a lot of citrus. I'm hit with first lime, grapefruit, and orange in that order. Getting a little bit of lemon, and it's kind of mixing with the lime, giving me slight lemon lime tinges, but not as much. Passes through. Halfway through the palate, I'm getting a different fruit. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe like a melon, like a cantaloupe rind. Like it's not like the sweetness from like a cantaloupe, but it's like a rind of a cantaloupe. On the second half of the finish, this has a nice floral, almost to me like lavender-esque kind of finish to it. It's semi-dry with a mild bitterness, but this beer isn't too sweet to begin with. All that juicy kind of citrus fruit isn't overly sweet. It's just juicy. And then again on the finish, it's like the lime and maybe the lemon lime kind of come back and dart underneath the palate and then hit you on the finish again. So I get citrus up front and then I get the lemon, almost into lemon lime character on the back of the palate on the finish. It's real nice. So between the two, this is definitely more crushable. Where the Dogfish Head one, it's 8%, but outside of that, like those flavors were a little bit more robust, I would say, and a little bit more intense. I would only want to drink maybe 1 or 2 cans of that. This, I could definitely see drinking over the course of a day and just taking down a 6-pack. Again, I could see some people saying floor cleaner with this one or dish soap. Like I'm getting very slight, like a very slight feeling of that on the back of the palate. Like it's conjuring up memories of like just cleaning the floor and just being like, oh yeah, that's how it smelled. It's kind of more in the smell than the taste, but I could see somebody saying that 100% and then not liking it because of that. So I got to be honest, like I always am. Do I like this as much as the Dogfish Head Citrus Squall? I do not. Do I think it's close? I do. Do I think it's personal preference? Yes, like every beer you drink. So Chaz enjoyed this one a little bit more because he liked it with a little less ABV and he thought it worked better. So he did say he thought the Citrus Squall was good, but he preferred this one a little bit more. See, I would be in the other realm where I think this is good, but I prefer the Citrus Squall a little bit more. Why? I think, again, I haven't had the Paloma cocktail, and now I'm curious to try it, and I probably will have to try at some point, but I think that beer did a better job of mimicking the cocktail, but I also think as a flavor profile, it works slightly more than this one. But again, I feel like while they're similar to some degree, there's definitely differences here that make me, to me, I would still buy both of these if I wanted something in this realm, because they're different enough where they have different profiles, and I think I like both of them to certain degrees. I just like this a little bit less than the Dogfish Head one, but this is super crushable. If you like Paloma cocktails and you enjoy beer, like pick this one up, pick up the Dogfish Head one, give it a go. I think this is more of a summer crusher, where the Dogfish Head one's more of like you drink 1 or 2, it's kind of a summer sipper. But that, I think that replicates the cocktail better than this. But again, I'd have to try a cocktail to tell you for sure. Anyway, this is really good. I gave that beer a 4 out of 5. So a Victory's Motel Paloma, part of their Season Pass series, I'm going to give this a low 4 out of 5. I'm going to go 3.9 out of 5. So again, I do enjoy this one. I think it's pretty tasty. It's just not as good as the Dogfish Head for me personally. But, like everything else I review on the channel and everything, like when it comes to taste in general, like we all have different palates, so we're all going to like stuff slightly different. I still think this is a damn good summer crusher. Just the Dogfish Head one gets the slight edge. But if you want a crusher of a summer beer, this is better than the Dogfish Head one. Price point availability, this was think at my local beer store, I think it was $10.99 six pack, and then another place had it for $11.99. So 11 to 12 bucks a six pack, that's fine. Less than $2 a can for something 6% with citrus flavors and whatnot. I think it's fine. And availability is Victory. I have no idea. Victory here in the Buffalo, New York area, we typically get their rotating offerings. We get their year-round stuff. We get their seasonal stuff. So if you see Victory in your area, I would imagine, considering they're going for this is like their summer release or like spring summer release, you probably should see it in your area. I don't know if you will. While this is 2.5 months old while I reviewed it, it does have a best by date of September 1st of 2023. So right now, as I post this review, you're still going to have over 3 months to pick this one up before they say it's bad from the brewery. But in general, this is what I'll say. You want more of a crusher, low ABV, Paloma-inspired beer, Paloma cocktail-inspired beer, pick up this one. If you want one that I personally feel has a little bit more flavor and kind of nails the cocktail more, pick up the Dogfish Head one, but keep in mind that's 8%, this is 6, not as crushable and as easy to drink as this one. I can't really pick up any alcohol here. In that one, I was definitely getting like a little bit booziness because it was 8%, but also, again, it felt more like a cocktail. This, don't really get it. So I think it's better from that aspect as well. So anyway, if you've had both of these before, like I have and Chaz has, post in the comment section, which one did you prefer? Did you like this one more? Did you like the Dogfish Head one a little bit more? I would love to hear any feedback. And again, huge thanks to Chaz for recommending this one. I probably wouldn't have picked this one up if he didn't mention it because, I don't know. There's so many beers out there that I probably just would have went to the wayside, and I picked it up and I'm happy I am. I am going to drink the rest of that and enjoy every single sip. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.